Safety moment with walieyullah. You're welcome. Like we're discussing about the issue of Alpha Piper accident. In the last discussion on Let's Discuss Accident, we will give an overview of the accident, what happened, when it happened, the country it happened, and the 1.4 billion worth of properties, $1.4 billion worth of property that was lost, and it's about a turnaround for the oil and gas industry. And on this episode, we'll be analyzing one issue at a time. We'll be talking about what happened, how it happened, and what are those things we need to learn from them. Today, the first thing we'll be mentioning about what caused the issue of the Alpha Piper accident was the maintenance issue, which is there was a maintenance to be done on the there is a high pressure condensate pump, that is, it pumps gas into the system, that is, and it's also always at high pressure, so it's called high pressure condensate pump, and it is being maintained. There's a maintenance will be done on it simultaneously with the safety valve. So what actually happened? The pump is an alternative pump. There are two pumps that they use. Most systems, most industries, each equipment, they are always in twos. They are in twos. When one is on maintenance, the other one will be used. So what actually happened in this case was that the safety valve was removed. So when the safety valve was removed, a blind flange was inserted so as to close that, where the valve is, so as to close it, because it's still under maintenance. Those that were on the night shift were in a hurry to leave home and just have to quickly, the maintenance work has not been done. Assuming the maintenance work was done completely, they will have closed the valve, they will have inserted the valve, closed it, then the pump will be operational. So those that were on those that came the next shift, they didn't know what was happening. It wasn't written in the permit to work, and that is part of those things that actually went wrong. But we are addressing the issue of the maintenance now. So now, when those that the next shift received the work, they didn't know what was going on, then they were using the other pump because that was what was operational. So the pump developed an issue, and we were like, okay, since the pump developed an issue, let us use the second pump. Work was going on the second pump. It looks good, not knowing that the valve has been removed. That is, the valve has been removed because we were doing the maintenance work. So they used a flange to cover it so that they can be able to do the maintenance work. Meanwhile, when they did the maintenance work, nothing was fed into the system. So they are now like, okay, let us use the second pump that was being maintained. The maintenance work was going on. So they changed the system to that one, unknown to them that the valve was already removed. The valve was removed already. So what happened? It led to what? Leaking of the condensate. There was leak of the gas, and everywhere was filled with what? With gas, which caused the first explosion. The seal, like I said, wasn't a permanent seal. It was a temporary seal, a temporary seal, like a blind flange, so that the work could not be completed during the day shift. Those that took the shift were on night, but because the work was not completed during the day, they have to cover with a blind flange, and they didn't communicate it to the workers. That is what caused the first accident. Other things that happened include there was no closing of the glass flow of the Titan platform. There was another platform when the fire started. There's another platform that feeds in gas into this Piper Alpha platform, and there was no way they could close it. So that was like feeding the fire with more fuel. A lot of things happened. There was, even during the time of the fire, there was also a sudden breakage when there was a blast. Part of the particles that exploded also caused another rupture in one of the gas pipe, which also yielded the fire. So many things went wrong. Even there's this automatic firefighting system which they used to use, because there was a diving work. The divers, they worked some time ago, so they deactivated the firefighting system. They deactivated it inside the water because it sucks in water. So due to the pressure, they have to deactivate it. So after they finished working, the divers finished working, they didn't remember to switch them back, which will have at least reduced the fire. And because of the intense heat and the intense smoke, the helicopters too, it was difficult for the helicopters to know what to do and how to assist. So a whole lot happened, but today we are talking about the issue of maintenance. When we are carrying maintenance work, please let us be careful when we are doing our logout, tagout. When you are having our maintenance activities, it might be minor. Let us make sure that if you are not finishing the work, it should be properly communicated to next shift. That's how we have what we call PSSR now. That's another topic. That is pre-startup safety review, to look at what is happening in the system. There must be formal documentation process being communicated to the next shift. The issue of permit to work was also raised, which was part of the issue that escalated the Piper Alpha accident. A lot of things happened during the Piper accident, and we learned a lot. So there should be proper communication. Even in your home, you might at home you might have removed the fuse. Maybe you want to do some electrical work at the kitchen. It's either you lock it completely that there will be no access, or you put a tag there that will indicate that you are doing something. But at the end of the day, when you are doing your electrical work and you are exposed to the naked cables, some will just come on, like, in fact, with TV, I want to watch TV, and we just plug it back, and that's an accident. It can lead to loss of life. So there are procedures to follow. There are safe ways of doing things, so that at the end of the day, we won't have a sad day. So this thing is being applied in the underground industry. It's also applicable in our homes. Let us be safety conscious. I hope we understand and we'll learn from this episode of Safety Made with Walieyullah. Next time we are still going to talk about this Piper Alpha accident as a major accident, and we need to analyze a lot of things that went wrong, and we'll talk about each of them and apply them to our daily lives. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to join me live on Instagram. Remember to join me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, and let us continue to talk about safety and enlighten ourselves about safety. Remember, safety comes first before any other thing. Safety first, safety always. Thank you.